At Oklahoma State, we're really proud of the fact that 7 out of 10 acres that are planted to wheat in the state of Oklahoma are planted with a variety that was created at Oklahoma State University. And we're really proud of that fact and the kind of impact that we have in improving the bottom line of producers and improving the food bill for consumers. Wheat is the top crop that's grown in the state of Oklahoma. We plant about 4.5 million acres across the state of Oklahoma, and that produces almost $500 million just in grain production for the state. And that actually underestimates the economic value of wheat for the state of Oklahoma, because we also graze cattle on that wheat ground. And so when you think about the role of wheat in the agricultural economy, it's critically important to the health and the profitability of our farmers in the state. The varieties that we produce and that are planted by farmers all over the state get created here in these greenhouses. We are learning about genetic crosses of wheat. We're learning about how wheat responds to disease and insects, and as a result, trying to produce new varieties of wheat that benefit the state.
We have a certified wheat seed business here in north central Oklahoma, south of Tonkawa. We grow several OSU, Oklahoma genetic varieties. The new one that we have this year, of course, is high cotton, and we're really excited about it. We've been very fortunate here in our state to have Dr. Brett Carver and the Wheat Improvement Team, which is the best crew in the world. Any Oklahoma wheat producer understands, I think, vital importance of great genetics for our wheat varieties. And so it's both of the genetics and the management. You put those two things together, and that's what helps us to continue to improve, continue to try to grow more food for our growing population.
Fortunately, we're able to do state-of-the-art research, but we're doing it in antiquated facilities. The facilities we have out here where we do our wheat breeding work were created in the 1940s and 50s. It really limits what we can do out here. We can't control the temperature as well as we'd like to. For example, about 2 or 3 years ago, when we had a really cold winter snap, the greenhouses weren't warm enough. We could not keep them warm enough despite bringing in extra heaters to keep the plants alive. And as a result, we lost a whole year's worth of wheat breeding exercise.
Don't know if I really want to go back to that day, but I do relive it sometimes when I walk into these greenhouses. That was more than devastating. It was crippling in some ways. And we're still dealing with that to some extent. Some of those crosses that we lost that year, we could not reproduce. And so they just vanished from the program. But for the most part, we were able to recover the crosses because we remade them. It would be like going back into the studio and redoing the record, you know, and we had to do that. It set us back a couple of years to do that, but we recovered. We're moving on. It's driving an old car that needs a lot of maintenance, can't go the speed that we really want to go on our highways today, and that's what we're dealing with in our science. We're doing a lot of maintenance on the science. We're doing a lot of protecting of the science instead of just doing the science. And with plant breeding, you've got to do the science because you're keeping up with not only the expectations placed on your own program within your institution, but the competition outside this program. And we want to stay competitive so that our farmers that we serve will stay competitive.
The reality is we need resources. We need funding to be able to put these greenhouses together, to provide the kind of infrastructure that we need to compete in the modern world where we need to do first-rate science. You know, it makes me feel proud to be a part of a purpose-driven organization. We're here to serve the people of Oklahoma in OSU Agriculture. And when you hear about the success farmers have with our varieties, it makes you feel good. It also makes you feel responsible, that the work we're doing here really matters and people rely on us to do good science. We're really grateful for the many donors that we have that help us fulfill our mission. We're going to need more help, and so we're really starting the conversation with folks across the state to ask how they can get involved and really support the efforts that we have out here and the mission that we have out here of feeding a world and doing it more sustainably.